Let's talk about sex,
Baby, let's talk about you and me.
I'm not going to say that.
Let's talk about
all the good things and the bad things that may be. Let's talk about, oh shit, the shoulders came back, baby. Welcome to the I Can Explain That podcast. I'm Chris Bazemore, a.k.a. Thicky Smalls, a.k.a. Two-Pull Poppy.
What that mean?
What?
Two-pull Poppy.
All I need is 2 pulls and I'm done.
Like from a bottle?
From weed.
Oh.
2 pulls, I'm done.
So if you're like 2 pulls, I think pulls from like a whiskey bottle. I would think 2 rips from a blunt.
When I think of rips, I also think of bong. Bong rips.
Right.
So I think of that to be associated just there.
Also hits. Let me get a hit of that.
A hit. I've heard, see, I'm not a big smoker, and I never really smoked cigarettes or anything. So I'm not in it, but I've heard of pulls, drags.
Yeah.
And I think a drag is like
you do a drag on a cigarette. I don't think you take a drag of a blunt.
And it's just a long, extended
pull,
right?
Like when that hobo stole my cigarette. I think she wanted a drag. I was like, bitch, just take it. I'm going to share this shit with you.
Was that your first time? That was your first time out here, right? To record the podcast?
Yes. We had several run-ins with Red Hook's finest.
Yeah, no, they cool. Oh, the one with the snake?
The snake and the iguana
and then the rat?
Mm-hmm.
That's the same person, by the way. It
is all one person.
He's like a Crocodile Dundee. That nigga was the hood Crocodile Dundee.
He did tell a story where he was minding his business in an alley, not a lot of alleys in New York. And then in the story, an iguana fell on his head.
And he took it home, too, by the way. Didn't it end with him eating it?
Yes, it did.
He cooked the...
It's like a Tarantino movie. It started with him eating the iguana, but then he needed to tell the origin story of how he even got the damn thing.
Oh, yeah, because we was talking about the weirdest things we ever ate. Right? And then he was...
No, nigga, we was talking about the weirdest things we ever ate. And he just interjected.
And he was like, y'all niggas ever had a iguana? And he's like, let's go back.
Hold on.
And he goes back in time, and he's like, so I'm walking this alley. I see Chris's face, and he's already like, I don't know where this story could go. And in my head, I'm like, I'm down for anytime you start a story with, I was walking in this alley, it's nothing good.
Right.
You're never going to be like, I was walking in this alley, and I found millions.
Right.
It's always, I was walking in this alley, and like, a dead crow fell on me. It's some always weird shit. There's homeless niggas fucking. It was an orgy. It's crazy. So this nigga, this nigga starts telling us how he's walking. This iguana just falls, and we just
what?
So many questions.
Like from a plane, or what? Do you think it was on a power line?
Yo, you know what the the fucked up thing about it is because I try to put the backstory of the iguana together in my head. I'm like, someone must have threw that iguana out there. Fuck you, iguana.
Get the fuck out of my house.
Well, you know what? That makes a lot of sense because when my brother was younger, apparently he had 2 hamsters, right? I heard this story secondhand. And so one of the hamsters ate the face of the other hamster. Also, not a hamster trait. I didn't even know they eat meat.
When you get them from Florida, yeah, they do that.
I don't know. He could have.
I'm an island boy. Whatever the fuck that song is.
And then, I think they had the same hairstyle and everything. It's crazy. And then he got mad because he was a child. And he was like, why would you kill him? And threw him out the window. So.
It's plausible now. I mean.
Putting all that together, you go, iguana. Maybe another iguana's face. And he was like, yo, I can't have both of y'all in here.
I can't have a face eater in my house.
Because then I got to go to sleep. I don't know.
No, you
now
can't use the front door. I'm throwing you out the window.
Poof. It lands on this man. He says, this is great. I got dinner. What if he was in the alley looking for dinner, too?
That plausible.
Because he never told us why he was in the alley. Also, I would have liked to know why he was in the alley. Because you don't just find yourself in the alley.
Right.
Like it's
not a place where you just wander.
In New York, no. Especially back in the day.
There's a purpose.
Yeah, back in the day was crazy. Like alleys now, I know there's like some speakeasies that you got to go through an alley to get to. But nowadays, before, if you in an alley, you getting stabbed.
Right.
I'm surprised that iguana didn't have a set, like he didn't claim some shit. I'm a crip iguana fool. Pow, pow.
Pat, pat.
Just hit him one time. But anywho, let's get into the conversation of today. What is good sex?
Subjective.
Of course. What would you say good sex is?
Objectively or for me?
For you. This is personal.
For me, good sex is when my partner in the situation is satisfied.
Sure. How about yourself though? So, good sex to you is 100% nothing to do with you.
Right.
Then how is that good sex for you?
Because I enjoy sex. I enjoy sex when my partner enjoys sex.
As you should. I agree.
Right. That is when sex is at its most fun and at its best for me, when the person I'm with is satisfied.
But that doesn't necessarily make you like
right.
That's like a moral satisfaction. That doesn't mean you're gonna
right. But for me, that's good sex. Not necessarily me coming to complain. I mean, I've had sex plenty of times where I didn't finish, but it was still good sex.
Same.
Which one I feel like that's not talked about enough. Men don't always finish. I know it's a very common thing that like men finish and we don't make women come. Sure, I get that. I know there's a lot of slouchy dudes, but we don't always finish.
Agreed.
Sometimes we do not.
I faked it before.
Like, I have faked it. Yeah.
What's your fake move?
Morning sex. I don't have the heart for it.
The heart, like nigga, it's not going to war.
I got bone spurs. I gotta get a doctor's note. I can't do it.
I don't got the heart.
In the mood.
I didn't tell you to like take someone's life.
It's like
I don't know if I got it.
I got 8. It's fucking SpongeBob still on. I just can't do it.
Really?
I'm not physically. My heart's not in it. I'm not physically into it, but I've been with women who are very much into it. So you grit and bear it. And
nigga, it's not. You really make it seem like you really have to murder.
That's not like I feel like it's a common thing, especially when people are like dating for a while. Like sometimes you just have sex with your partner because you don't want her to fuck no one else. Exactly. That's that, or like sometimes ladies be like, yeah, he needs to come, or like we're gonna be in the news tomorrow. Like he's gonna hurt somebody if this dude don't bust. So you do what you do for your partner because they want to knock boots.
Sure.
But sometimes I've dated women or been with women who like are similar to me where they enjoy it when I enjoy it.
So how does that work?
Like that whole, that's why I faked it. They're like, you gonna finish? You gonna finish? I'm like, yeah, totally, for sure, gonna finish. And then, you just fake it and throw the condom away real fast.
That's how you gotta do it. That was my thing.
Because sometimes they'll be like, let me see. I'm like, it's on an iguana.
Imagine. Now I think we put the story. What if he hit him with a condom? The iguana was just sitting on the and he's just like, let me see the condom. It's like, nothing. Iguana got smacked upside the head with semen. And it just fell.
Like Kel Mitchell was like, oh, what is that? A condom? And then he fell off a roof.
And landed and then got ate. That's such a oh my God. Yo, prayers up for that iguana.
Awful sequence of events, my guy.
I like that sequence of events. That makes a lot of sense to me now. I'm like, yo, I like this. This is great.
So in what context have you faked it?
Same kind of thing where I faked it several times. And one has been like, she was like, are you about to come? And I'm like, I know. But she's like, come on. And then
yeah, I've heard that like come do it. And I'm like, it's not how that works.
not a machine,
right?
Like if I was,
it's not a Brita filter. You just can't fucking unload the tap.
If I was that good, I'd be in porn.
Right, exactly.
Like I would just go. I would at least put an application in. Like, I'm not saying I get picked, but I would.
Y'all hiring Vivid because we got a guy.
It was that. It was one time I just couldn't come. Like I was
dead dick.
Yeah, it just wasn't happening.
Yeah. And
it was to the point where I was like, I'm either going to go soft or... So before I get that, it wasn't even an or. I was about to say or, but it was on its way. And I was like, I think it's...
like when Harry met Sally sort of thing.
It was like, oh, goddamn, got it. Oh, let me run. I tried to fake it once without a condom. And that's very difficult.
Sure.
Because it's some visual proof that needs to be had.
Right, but I think if you're knocking out several in one night, like the more you come, the less it comes. Right, so.
Yeah, no.
If you're on like 3 or 4, it's basically just like a little spittle of whatever the fuck.
No, that was like first.
Okay, yeah, that's the big one.
I've faked it on several instances, stuff like that, and not come. Sometimes like when I was younger, and going to like chicks' houses, and then like their parents are coming home, and so I'm not gonna get off now.
Right.
Crunch time didn't work for me.
Out there watching Jeopardy. I can't come and hear Alex Trebek.
Hear motherfuckers get questions wrong.
Right.
That does it for me.
Fucking
Good sex for me is similar to you, but I would add the caveat that we're both being as free and explorative as we want to be. So like, good sex is both people being.
My knee touched your knee, and I don't like that.
Yeah, especially when I said that. Yeah, I didn't like that at all. I'll be honest with you. I was gonna be professional, but we was gonna have a
discussion.
Meeting.
Yeah, it was a lot.
It was gonna be a post-production meeting.
Shit. We can't both man spread and talk about sex.
But yes. So we both and being like it just no boundaries to what we set forth. Sure. Other than what we set forth, and we could just go to town and do what it is. I think good sex also sometimes has. I think some of the best sex I ever had laughter involved, not like me pulling out and not like that. I just mean the mood is light enough.
Right.
I've caught like one of the best experiences I'm thinking of. I caught a cramp. But I was a fucking trooper. Okay, I tried to continue with the cramp and just spread that leg out to the side. Mm-hmm. I just tried to keep it, and I couldn't. And it got worse progressively.
Sometimes your body's a dick.
What?
Yeah, sometimes your body is a dick. You're
like
trying to have
like a literal thing?
No, like an asshole. I'm using
what?
Just because your body's not a cool guy.
This is an M. Night Shyamalan movie. So I went online. And I looked up what great sex is. Mm-hmm. This is women saying it, which I feel like I didn't want to look for what men say because we're pretty standard issue generally. So it's just like me putting my penis in a thing.
Right. We're all pretty much base model, and then some of us have like body kits and spoilers added.
Exactly, lift kits.
What I say, body kits.
Yeah,
same difference.
Same shit. It's a part of the body. So this is from. Real credible source, WebMD.
Which I feel like we should start a petition to have them change their name to is probably cancer.com.
Yeah.
Because that's where every single search ends up.
So it says habits of couples that have great sex. So this, I'm gonna take with a grain of salt because I do think when you're in a relationship, sex, you get like that glossiness over it. Like to her, your dick gets bigger. To like you start because you got love you're looking at her with. So you got a lens. It's like a filter almost that you're looking at someone with when you're really with someone.
I disagree.
What I notice. How?
I think sex becomes more procedural when you're in a long-term relationship.
Which are filling out charts.
No, it's like the ins and outs of your partners. You know to stamp your feet and clap your hands, and then boom, she busts. Or
that yo,
really into the hokey pokey. Put my right hand in, put my right hand out, put my right hand in, and you shake it all about.
So what's the Macarena version? 1 Maca, 2 Maca, 3 Macarena. Like how the fuck?
She's done.
I like it. I like your procedure. Well, yes, you do get that. And I think in order for that to happen, you have to then be more accepting of things.
Right.
You have to.
You're more open.
Yeah. You know what your person brings.
Right.
So, like, at a certain point in a relationship, you have this glossiness of it. Doesn't mean that the sex is automatically great forever.
Right. Of course
But
not.
it just means you have a glossiness over it because you're looking at this in a different lens. You're judging it differently.
Rose-colored glasses.
Exactly. So, like, when you get out of a relationship and you're like, you start to realize things about yourself that you like, I probably wouldn't have did half that shit if I didn't love this person or like this person.
You're probably a lot more open to, I mean, at some point, I think a lot of couples have to broaden their horizons.
That's why I don't
think fresh.
That's why I don't think it's as procedural as you make it. It can. I do think though it does get rather like, all right, I know we're gonna start missionary, go here, then do this, then do that, then end here. Like you, I think the best tip is just to switch that. That's it. Just switch your orders.
Yeah.
That automatically spices it up, especially if you've been doing that same order for 2 years. So WebMD says they define sex broadly. Couples who are sexually satisfied tend to understand that it's more than about intercourse. So they usually get intimate with each other at least weekly. So a regular schedule isn't a prescription for instant bliss, but getting physically close to your partner often causes for a sign that you guys are in a healthy place.
I feel like they touched like two or different points. So like the scope of sex is wide. So I mean, what does that?
You know, I think they just set up. But it also said you get cancer at the end. I cut that part out. They say they get educated. I do agree with this one.
Yeah.
Because you start to learn shit when you're with someone. I agree. They touch. I think that's an underrated thing. Yeah. Because when you're just having random hookups, you're not as intimate with a person as you would be when you're in a relationship. So I do think adding that, not in a creepy way, but like adding that to your arsenal of sex skills, totally I think agree. And just makes it through the roof. Being more intimate.
A little bit more romance in it.
They confide in each other. They stay flexible.
As far, read the blurb.
Sex has no normal, whatever you like. Oh, so basically, it's flexible like you're in a relationship. So if she wants to put a finger in your butt, like you told me that happened to you before, you're more flexible to letting that happen because you love her. Well, you want to lie?
I've never had a finger in my butt. Well, hold on.
Wait a minute.
No.
I was joking.
Not sexually. I don't know if do you have a lot? No. You have a lot of friends who have girlfriends? A big thing among girlfriends on the planet is to poke their boyfriends in the butt, and they think it's hilarious. Because all boyfriends, we all have like a knee-jerk reaction, and girlfriends across the entire globe think it's the funniest shit in the planet.
Sure, but like it don't go in your butt. Like
no, it doesn't go
she's
like.
Not like
right, there's a barrier of fabric, jeans or whatever. But she thinks it's hilarious. All girlfriends think it's hilarious to poke their boyfriend's brown eye.
I wouldn't count that. I mean, I've
not had a finger in my butt sexually, like butt naked, together, fucking with a finger in my buttocks.
No, I've had a finger in my butt.
I wouldn't recommend.
I was butt naked, but I was in the hospital. I was really sick and. My organs and shit was shutting down.
Sure.
And they was trying to check me. I was also 18, and I'm mad that they sent the dude in who also didn't want to do it. He was like, hey, man. He was like, we don't have to ever talk about this. I'm like, I don't know you, sir. I don't want to see you no more. Like, I've never saw him before that day either. I don't recall him at all. I actually don't even know if I needed that. I feel like something just happened to me. I need to sue a hospital.
Maybe.
Because I never saw him.
I was having problems up here. Why you got to go...
It wasn't long. My lungs were shutting down.
Like my butthole ain't got nothing to do with my fucking clavicle.
So they have a long list, but I want to get to other lists, so I'm not going to read all theirs. So in Psychology Today, they say the 9 keys to great sex in a relationship. They're only gearing it towards relationships. Like, what if someone just wants to be good at sex?
Sex with
casual sex.
Right.
I think the key to that is to do it more, I guess. And be more open. I don't know. Being more open, being more like taking some of the things that they say you do in a couple, like the physical touch, like those things. Just adding those, like just be more open, be more conversational.
Definitely conversational.
Like ask what she like. I think there's nothing wrong with asking. Like a lot of people go, well, that's whack.
I get that, but I understand.
It's how you ask, too. You don't just outwardly with a fucking clipboard in front of you go, well, let's see here. Do you like anal? Okay, that's a no. Do you like spit? Can I spit in your mouth? No. All right, another no.
No,
like you.
I understand, but it can be especially if it's done
bring
like
it up
that,
in conversation.
It can be a mood killer, but I think it's important. Like, don't slap me. Like, or at least warn me. Like, just don't haul off and crack me in my mouth.
Yeah, what? You've been assaulted?
Yeah.
Think we both got charges. We
like, can you warn me next time? I had my mouth open. I was breathing and shit.
I
was trying to count to 20 so I didn't finish too soon. He's going to hit me.
I'm thinking about boxing. Right, exactly. He going to hit me. I got choked once. And it came out of nowhere. I almost felt like I did something wrong. Right. Because it just, what the fuck? I'm like so nervous. But I'm still a dumb man, so I'm still humping him like, I can't breathe, but I gotta satisfy you. And then afterwards, I was like, what the fuck was that?
Right.
Can we discuss that?
Run that back real quick?
What the fuck was that? What made it worse is
the video.
This was a casual hookup. And it was also the first time we hooked up.
That's why communication is key, but there's a way to do it where you don't
like just
sound like a Poindexter.
Yeah. Well, like you don't do that.
You like to be choked? No? Okay.
We're
still going to have sex? No? Okay.
All right, next. So the first thing on this list is get in shape.
I don't like that. Fuck you. When was this shit written? I don't like this article at all.
It was written in 2017.
Yeah, you was late, motherfucker. Tell me shit about getting in shape. Read what the punk ass has got to say. Cuss out your mama.
Relax.
I'm mad.
You shaking your knee and shit?
You don't tell me.
My body, my choice.
Exactly, motherfucker.
Mention getting it on, and you probably don't imagine meditating, yoga, hiking, eating salads, and getting extra sleep. But boring old standard health advice significantly boosts libido, enhances sexual function and pleasure. I do think that is true.
That's more sex drive.
Yeah, but I do think, well, with everything, right? I feel like the healthier you are, the more your extremities work.
Sure.
Right? Like if you are not in shape, you might have an issue sometimes. You might be like, So I think putting yourself in the best position physically and mentally with the yoga and shit,
right,
could help better your sex. I agree with that.
But I consider that like a subplot to the whole objective of the article.
Yeah, I feel like you should just do that in life.
Right.
Just have your body and shit together.
Right. Do you want to live for a minute? Maybe you should do some sit-ups.
A minute? Just a minute?
Yeah.
Self-pleasure regular. So beat off.
That one's a good one. There's another subplot. Like that's, I mean, definitely for men. Men jerk off. It's good for your prostate.
And you won't have to have a finger in your butt when you're 18.
Right. When you're 40, you still got to, but the doctor's gonna be impressed. Because you jerk off so often, your prostate's in such good shape.
It's like, whoa, buddy.
This is awesome.
Do you mind if I touch it again? Can I have my other doctor?
We're gonna come. Yeah, this is a medical hospital, learning hospital.
Now your cheeks just spread.
Yep. Now your booty hole on display.
That'd be some weird jail shit.
Yeah. Brenda, come look at this prostate. It's crazy.
It's the greatest thing I've ever seen in all my days. Okay, value genuine consent.
Dude, what they say? I don't understand.
Yeah, I don't know. What the fuck? Okay, the bedrock foundation of great sex.
And it's relationships, right? Am I crazy?
Yeah, no, it's relationships.
Okay.
I mean, but you can still technically,
yeah.
You know. So the bedrock function of great sex is genuine mutual consent offered freely without pleasure, coercion, alcohol, or other impairment, without fear of shaming and retaliation for refusing. I was going into the next sentence. So great sex requires deep relaxation, which necessitates authentic consent. I think consent is, whether you're in a relationship,
for all the sex,
whether you're in a relationship or you just out here playing the field.
I feel like that was a weird way for them to just say, like, good sex is probably best when you're both in the mood.
Yeah.
Because a lot of the time it's talk about no inhibitions, no coercions, no alcohol, when you're both genuinely in the mood. Because consent is baseline for all sex.
And it should
regardless.
I don't care who you are.
Right. So that was an odd subtitle.
Coach one another. That does not get a lot of play. And look, first time I ever ate pussy was an older lady. And shut up. So Bernadette.
I didn't say nothing.
Bernadette was telling me, right? Because I was doing.
That's That's our government.
No.
Okay, I was like, God damn.
It was Margaret. So Margaret was telling me, Sister Margaret.
Same thing, nigga. You fucking librarian? Jesus.
Yo, don't judge me. It was consent.
I didn't say it wasn't. She's just old.
I came back with a late book, and we had to get some. Nah, but
she put some grits on.
In the library.
They got hot plates in the back.
Why did I imagine her doing that? Like just
at the desk.
Hold on, my grit. I gotta turn my grits so they don't stick. See, the problem you ain't use no butter, Mark. So anywho, she had said, because my first time doing it, so I'm just licking everything. I'm just blah, 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 blah. And she's like, "Hey, what you're not gonna do is that."
Listen here, young whippersnapper.
What you're not gonna do is that shit. You're gonna focus on these areas here, and then we should be fine. So I then went, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
And I did, and then I had a different reaction. So I was like, huh, this is great. So I've always, since that experience, been a proponent of coaching one another. Because the name of the game is both getting off, right?
Right.
Both of you guys getting off. So if you need some little extra work to get off, let it be known. If she needs some little extra to get off, or whomever, let it be known. Like don't hold that and then be like, well, I didn't get off, and then you mad at this person. Well, maybe they don't know you, so they're not just. I hate that whole logic of like, well, you're supposed to be an explorer. I just met you.
Right.
I don't know you, so I'm supposed to just come out the gate. I'm
supposed
to come out the gate and just match. I think a lot of times it's that illogical thought of like, you think that she's just gonna know how to, perform fellatio, or he's gonna know how to do cunnilingus just out of the gate, like he just comes out just like, I know, he just touches her forehead or some shit. I know what you need, and he just does it. Like, what kind of fucking crystal ball?
I do think presentation is key, though. There's a way to coach without sort of putting the other person down.
Yes. Because
you can have, you don't want to give somebody a steak on a garbage can lid. There's a way to present certain information.
I agree.
Without ruining the mood.
Margaret did put me down a little bit.
See,
she did. So I don't know what the fuck that is and who told you that shit.
Oh, who the fuck told you that?
But they're lying, they're cheat.
They lie like a rug.
So, number 6 is tackle dryness.
Huh. What?
So it says the myth that vaginal dryness is a sole province of Metamucil.
The myth is that vaginal dryness is the sole province of menopausal women. Oh, so it's for, okay.
Did I say Metamucil?
You did. I was like, the fuck this got to do with sex?
I said it with such confidence.
You did. I was like, I ain't going to say that.
I appreciate that. That was the one word that caught me. This is why no one like reading out loud. Right. Metamucil. Then he's stupid.
You fucking dumb.
I thought it was Metamucil. It looked like it. Actually, many women of all ages don't produce significant natural vaginal lubrication. So lubricants come to the order. Or use, I don't like this, use saliva, vegetable oil. That's what it say, vegetable oil. That's what I didn't like. Hold on, girl. Let me just flip these pork chops. I'm coming right to you. Hold on now. Like, or commercial lube.
There is a, because I do agree with saliva. Saliva's great. There was a girl on TikTok who was an avid pothead. And when she wants to be able to perform fellatio on her man, but, pot, you get fucking cotton
mouth.
And there is now a mint that exists.
Oh, yeah. I've heard of that.
Activates your salivary glands.
I've heard of that.
Gives you fucking Daffy Duck mouth.
Yuck. I'm imagining a duck now trying to perform fillet. I don't like nothing about that. Give and receive, that
goes without saying.
Cultivate novelty.
Like role play?
Anything new.
Okay, so try new shit. Try new locations?
Yes. Enjoy fantasies.
Sure. Okay.
Do you have a fantasy?
No.
You don't have not one fantasy? You want me to hook you up with a library?
No. Now this bitch gonna be coaching me all mean.
her grits will make it worth it. You got cheese grits. It's crazy.
I don't think I have any fantasies.
At all?
I mean, maybe I'm just not in the right context to think of what one might be. What's one of yours?
I've never truly had an absolute threesome.
Sure, okay.
I've been to sex parties and stuff, so it's just sex all around. And then, I mean, you bounce around. It's more of an orgy, but not a natural, just 1, 2, 3. So I would like that.
I'd like a one-night stand.
You've never had that?
No.
Really?
Really what?
Like you just want to have a one-night stand?
Yeah, it'd be pretty cool, I think.
I think we have pretty simple baseline, traditional fantasies. But, yeah, on that note, we appreciate you guys for listening. And hopefully you know about good sex now. Don't be like this guy. I don't even know why I said that. You're pretty cool, man.
Peace out.
You mad now? You mad?
Shut up.